You know, the whole confession thing for me is funny because we confess, or they confess to priest in a dark box behind a screen where we can't even see this dude, and something has to be absolved, something has to be you know, that maybe just by speaking in the dark to this man behind the screen can be can take care of things for you, but it doesn't work out. It hasn't worked out like that for me. So
brother, gonna save all my strength and climb this tree. Gonna try to throw you a paper plane letter and hope it doesn't fly back to me. 'Cause your only time to think is a walk with the dog. And the only time you cry is when you walk through the fog.
a lot of it has to do with your choice in the matter. So if you think that we're walking around, or I think, if I'm walking around and none of it is really, it's just all serendipitous and coincidental, and I don't believe in any of that. I think that there will always be patterns that we were taught from a very young age, and sometimes we're actually not even taught, but just given to us, passed down to us in our DNA sometimes. For me in the past, I've had a lot of things that circled me that weren't good for me. Very abusive relationships. And I had to take some responsibility, and I had to confess to myself what I was up to and why these things were happening to me. And that was a dance that I was doing with myself for a very long time, and a lot of it had to do with self-loathing. And that was my pattern I had to break, was really coming away from the predator of me, my own violator, my own, why was I doing this? Why was I gambling with my life and putting myself in dangerous situations, and the outcome was always danger.
What one of your triggers that you could share, that you'd like to share, your choice? If so, you can say skip it at any time.
No. Danger. Danger for me was a real trigger. And when I took and keep on taking a look at why do I feel danger, again it goes back to my upbringing as a Jehovah's Witness. The impending doom of Armageddon, that, because I believed in it, I was born into the Jehovah's Witness world, so that was just the truth for me. And there was an Armageddon that was coming, and it was as soon as I got on the planet, it was just gonna happen. And that was set up for that was the universe I lived in. The world was not here to hold me. It was actually here to scare me into a place of confession, into a dark room with some guy I don't even know. Recently I was in Hawaii, and I really needed a friend to talk to. And I feel, and I wasn't in a good space, I just needed someone outside of myself to tell me that they loved me and that I was gonna be okay, and then, you know, keep on going, keep on walking the walk. And everyone was busy, and I was in Hawaii, so America was already awaking and at work, and I was in the middle of the night. It was my dark night of the soul again. But everyone was busy, you know, and even on, you know, I went online and I tried to find some friends to talk to there, and it was just, I could tell that anything that I brought up, like I need a friend right now, it triggered their stuff, and that's why they were busy. I know that they were, I mean, some people actually were at work, whatnot, but I mean, it's not that hard to pick up the phone. It's not that hard to listen to an email and reply back even "I love you." And I got nothing. Nothing. And that was a real important night for me, because I then, I went outside on the lava field where I am on the big island of Hawaii, and I said, well, I gotta do this. I have to say, keep on going, dude. I have to hug myself right now. I'm not gonna look up at the sky and wait around until it actually shows itself. And being raised a Jehovah's Witness with this whole God thing, with God with a capital G, I was recognizing that you could pray, and sometimes, God sometimes just don't come through, kind of thing. You just don't come through.